Just do that, and then we'll do another line. And
Mike with Carlisle Events. We're hanging out over on the east side of the grounds between gates 6 and 7 for the first ever rolling exhaust contest at Corvettes in Carlisle. There's about 14 people that have signed up to advance to the finals. All you had to do was sign up because it rained yesterday and then it was wet this morning. So finals are coming up and we're going to see cars rolling up the hill and back down, and we have a impartial panel of judges that were voluntold to be part of the process, and they're going to decide who's our top 3. And then at 4 o'clock we're going to have our stage activities where we recognize all of our winners of the autocross, of the rolling exhaust, and a bunch of different things. So hang out, watch it, have fun.
You heard it here. Corvettes at Carlisle 2020 presented by Top Flight Automotive. The rolling exhaust contest coming up in just a little bit. We are conferring with our judges at the moment, and as soon as they are ready, we're going to get some cars in motion. We're going to hear some exhaust. We're going to have a lot of fun. First time for the exhaust contest, like Mike said, here at Corvettes at Carlisle, but not new to Carlisle events. So we're looking forward to having another exhaust contest here at the Carlisle Fairgrounds. And it is a beautiful day. If you canceled your plans because of the weather, you blew it. Let me just say that first and foremost. Absolutely gorgeous day. Can't beat it. Nice breeze, sun, blue skies. Doesn't get much better than this for Corvettes at Carlisle. We'll be back in a few with Mike at Corvettes at Carlisle.
All right, very cool. Thanks for being here and being with us. Certainly been a different kind of year and a unique weekend as well. Between world events and Mother Nature, it's been a challenge this weekend, but we appreciate you being here. And for anybody that might be watching on social, or if you're sharing video along the way, if you couldn't make it this year, we totally understand, and we can't wait to see you back next year. August 26th through the 28th next year, by the way, if you want to start making plans in advance, the 26th through the 28th for next year. So we've got a rolling exhaust contest, and I have to bring the judges over to me. If I get too close to the speaker, there's going to be feedback. So
just stay on this side of
judges,
it.
come on over here, and we'll just ask you who you are, and if you're all with the same group, that's great. If not, also okay. But young lady, what's your name and where are you from?
Lynn Doucette, Litchfield, Maine.
Are you with the car club?
Carlisle Crew.
All right, thanks, Lynn. Come on over here. You're next. And your name and where are you from?
I'm Deb Thierrett, and I'm from York, Pennsylvania, and I'm also with Carlisle Crew.
All right, 3 female judges. All right, come on over here. What's your name?
Marina Redfern, Wilmington, North Carolina, Cape Fear Corvette Club.
Thanks for making the trip. We got 2 guys over here as well.
Guys, how are you?
All right, who are you, sir?
Peter Asacker, Boston, Mass, and I'm with the Carlisle Crew.
Boston, Mass.
Would have never guessed.
Never could have told.
You thought?
All right, we'll listen to those cars go up the road here. And you, sir?
Danny Rivas, Hershey, Pennsylvania, and Carlisle Crew.
All right, so we have a nice mix of judges, some local, some regional, and we're going to get this thing underway. We have, I believe, 14 participants in the contest. The idea is they're just going to accelerate up the hill here, and we're going to listen to the sound of the exhaust. It's not about who necessarily is the loudest, certainly isn't about who's the fastest. If someone spins their tires there on acceleration, they will be disqualified. So it's just about a nice acceleration and sound, and these very professional judges, we'll call them professional judges, we'll just decide. We'll whittle down from 14 to some arbitrary number, and then we'll find a top 3. So I think we'll make up the rules as we go too. Is everybody going to get a practice pass? Ken, can you hear me? Do we get one practice pass before this, or are we getting right into it?
I was going to say, they know how to drive.
Go right into it. So no practice runs. Everybody knows how to drive their car and accelerate it. So we'll get out of here shortly.
You heard it here. We'll get started with some live action from the exhaust contest here very shortly. When you hear the noise, we'll be back. And we're back here at the exhaust contest, Corvettes at Carlisle 2020, brought to you,
Kelly Cox
presented by
is our first competitor.
Top Flight
Kelly
Automotive.
Cox
Here's Mike.
with a 72 Corvette. And again, it's the acceleration, the sound, and you will see these cars go more than once. So if you're standing around watching and you think we're done, we're not. We're gonna go again. We're not done till I say we're done. Please.
Good. Lecture them to keep them here.
Now we figure lecturing you and making you feel bad about yourself will help you stick around longer. We're ready. Go, Kelly. So there you go. It's not about how fast you go, it's about the sound. Now we don't roll the second car until the first car is back down the hill and past us, so that's a little bit of the time. Hearing from the judges that it's mellow, it sounds good. Oh, I'm eavesdropping, sir. I can hear good. That too.
Hey.
That's all right, keep it up. David Canillo is going to be our next competitor. David in his 2014. We'll get Kelly back in park. David is up next. Don't you spin those wheels. And the judges will quickly see that it's going to be a challenge to decide who moves on and who gets eliminated, because these cars sound great. Whether it's the original sound or they've had some aftermarket upgrades. Not a lot of install opportunities this year, but historically, you know that A&A Auto Stores is here doing on-site installs. If you want to connect with A&A before you head home this weekend, they have a brick and mortar store less than a mile from here on the Harrisburg Pike, which, if you're looking at the contest, kind of diagonal to your right. So look them up. They have a store real close by. They'll be happy to help you out. Nathan Shea up next. Nathan Shea. Nathan has a 2015. Now, I don't know how many of y'all have been to any of our other shows this year, but we've done this rolling exhaust contest at just about every show. And through 3 cars, we can clearly see the Corvette owners are the gentlest of rolling exhaust competitors. Because it's just about the sound. It's not about how fast you're going to go. Phil Bozek, our next competitor, in a 63. Beautiful day for the top down. Thanks a lot, Nathan. Phil Bozek. All right, Phil reminds me of every other person that's done the rolling exhaust contest this year. That's what it's been like. Gun it and have some fun. Live on Facebook right now and on YouTube as well.
Yeet yeet.
Share it out with your friends. Let them know what's going on here at Carlisle in 2020. Joshua Hahn. Good job, Phil. Your people love you, sir. Joshua with his 68. Looked good, sounded good. I mean, it doesn't have to be a 3. You can go 14 to 5 or something, and then we could make it. No, don't do that.
Well,
The judges say it sounded like a Corvette.
we gotta hear 14 first, and then I'll let you know. We'll weed a few out.
Now, your main accent isn't as thick as the Boston accent.
That's correct, because I'm educated.
Oh, okay.
Shots fired.
Alan Torrigan coming up next, 2016 Z06. Just remember, sir, you're the one that's abnormal. I'm the one with the accent. Is that right? Alan up next. All right, Alan, let's let the judges hear it.
I can hear his exhaust in the speaker.
Okay, judges, so far we're almost halfway through. What do you think so far? A little feedback from the peanut gallery here. Tough call for everybody. Okay. Aren't you glad that Jody volunteered you to do this? Joseph Iannucci up next. Joseph with a 2017 Grand Sport. Always cool to see the cars in motion. Now, in case y'all didn't know, we're doing an awards parade here on grounds tonight because the downtown parade is not happening this year. So if you weren't already aware, there is no downtown parade this year because it's so important to social distance. I can see everybody's adhering to that, so thank you. Jeff Kolodzi, 2008 Z06. Our top 3 from this competition will be recognized at the stage. Beginning at 4 o'clock, we have a couple of different awards we're going to be doling out, not only for our rolling exhaust winners, but our People's Choice online social media contest, the King of the X Autocross presented by Lingenfelter Performance. Also, we're going to announce the winner of the sweepstakes Corvette car, which I believe the opportunity to enter concludes at 3 p.m. chipmiller.org. Use promo code Carlisle for 50% more sweepstakes tickets. Your donation may put a C8 in your garage, and if nothing else, you're supporting the Chip Miller Amyloidosis Foundation. chipmiller.org, promo code Carlisle when you're checking out. Ed DiTallo, 06 vet. Ed's with us from New Jersey. And whether you've come from across town in Hershey or York, or you've come from Maine or Florida, wherever you've chosen to come to us from, we thank you. Leo up next. Leo, one of many Corvette owners that have personalized plates. Apparently it's a thing. And his plate, appropriate for a rolling exhaust contest, says, "Hear it." So, Leo, when Ed's behind you here, we're going to hear it as you send it. Leo is car 10 of 14. Let's hear it. And a reminder to all of our guests that where social distancing isn't possible, it is recommended that you throw a mask on and be user-friendly to the people next to you. We thank you for adhering to recommendations put forth by people above us. Thank you. Mike Beatty coming up next. Mike has a 95 Corvette. Sounds good, Leo. Thanks, buddy. Mike up next. We go from a 95 to a 2020. It'll be interesting to see what our next competitor's vehicle sounds like rolling up the hill. No C8 favoritism, judges. George Abraham, driving the 2020 Motor Trend Car of the Year, the C8 Corvette. Last year, Team Chevrolet brought a bunch of them to the event. This year, you, the enthusiast, brought them. George Abraham. Robert Hoffman's our next competitor. And if you want to take a look at more of those C8s, our friends from Kerbeck Chevrolet and Lawrence Chevrolet have C8s in their display. There's a bunch of C8s on the fun field as well. Yeah, anything you can do, he can do the same thing. Vroom, vroom. Robert Hoffman, 2019 Corvette.
Crowd like that one.
And our final competitor is coming up in just a bit, Robert Golden. Robert is car 14, and there will be more runs, so before you all run off somewhere, just know that we're going to take a few minutes and the judges are going to confer, and then we're going to do it again. Not as many, but the Robert Hoffman fan club is quite loud over there along the fence. Robert Golden with a 2017. So our judges are going to confer. We're going to go from 14 down to at least half, maybe 6 or 7 cars, and then we'll make them all roll again. And we'll go from there. Just remember, the skies are blue right now.
We'll continue coverage of the rolling exhaust contest to Corvettes at Carlisle 2020
We'll
presented
have a
by
couple
Top
more
Flight
cars rolling, so
Automotive
don't go too far,
here in
too
just a minute.
fast.
And if you're just checking in, we're continuing coverage of Corvettes at Carlisle 2020 presented by Top Flight Automotive. We're here at the rolling exhaust contest. The judges are conferring as we speak. Mike is miking on the mic as we, well, not right now, but he'll be back. And you can hang out with us. They're going to break this down. We started with 14 cars. We'll be down a few from there. We'll listen to them again in just a few. Hang out. And we're back here at Corvettes at Carlisle 2020, the rolling exhaust contest. Looks like the judges have a decision. Here's Mike.
So here's what we've got going on. If you've been watching at home online or wherever you're watching from here at the show, our advancing cars are car number 1, Kelly Cox, car number 5, Joshua Hahn, car number 6, Alan Torrigan, also car 11, Mike Beatty, car 13, Robert Hoffman, and car 14, Robert Golden. So those are the advancing cars, and then we're going to work our way down to a top 3 from that group. So those cars are all going to roll by again. The drivers have been notified, and then the other drivers are going to head out, and that's going to be that for them.
All right, thanks, Mike. We'll be back here with the second round of the rolling exhaust contest at Corvettes at Carlisle 2020, presented by Top Flight Automotive, coming up here in just a minute.
As we remind ourselves that it's always sunny at Carlisle, we are advising the advancing drivers who they are. So I'll wait till everyone has been told before I make that announcement. Sabrina, have they all been told? Okay. Advancing to the next round. The first car you saw, Kelly Cox. Car 5, Joshua Hahn. Car 6, Alan Torrigan. Car 11, Mike Beatty. And our final 2 cars, the 2 Roberts, Hoffman and Golden. And judges, is there anyone that would like to represent the group and come talk about why you selected the cars that you did? Everybody pointed at you, sir. We've picked him because he sounds the best. That's right. We've been told. So, sir, what made the car stand out so well for you?
Well, the car that we're looking for has got a nice, mellow, loud, non-raspy sound. We don't want the high RPMs where it vibrates your eardrums right about here. If they accelerated gradually going up the hill and get the mellowness out of the tone out of the exhaust, I think they do a lot better instead of trying to bring the RPMs way up right off the bat. So we're looking for a nice tone that you'd turn your head and say, I like that car.
What kind of experience do you bring to the table for judging a rolling exhaust contest?
Absolutely none.
Perfect. Do you guys have the same experience as him? All right, great.
They know what they like.
That's what we need in judges.
18 years of driving down here in a big block.
Every political race should be based on the same logic. What do you know? Nothing. Great, you can do it.
Isn't that what it is? Y'all know Peter drives a Prius, right?
We'll be back with the next competitors here in a minute.
And again, we're going to go from these 6 down to a final 3. We'll go from 6 to 3 and then have the 3 do one more run, I do believe, and position them accordingly. I want to thank everybody for being here and hanging out. Corvettes at Carlisle, presented by Top Flight Automotive. Online now, live at Facebook. On Facebook, I should say.
And YouTube.
And the YouTube.
The Tube.
And maybe the Twitter too, I don't know.
No.
All right, Kelly Cox on the roll.
Oh yeah, Mike, the interns are live on Instagram as well. At Carlisle Events.
For all you Corvette folks that are on the Instagram at Carlisle Events, these young ladies over here in the competing golf cart are broadcasting live on Instagram. So whether you prefer Sam's Facebook and YouTube video or
Format Wars.
or Morgan over here on the Instagram, you guys figure it out.
Make it about us.
Sam checks out all the analytics, so we'll update you later. Joshua Hahn, our next competitor. Joshua in the 68. It's the kind of car I want to go rolling through the Adams County countryside on a Sunday afternoon with.
This is a rowdy group of judges.
Lance Miller joining us here.
Is that what that is? Dance band.
How's it going, Lance? Good, good, good.
No, it's dead.
Scrape.
Alan Torrigan up next. Alan's playing to the judges. He's going slow and he says, hey. All right, we're going to have our first disqualification of the Corvette rolling exhaust contest. There was a tire spin here on that acceleration. So unfortunately for Alan, he has been eliminated, but we want to thank him.
Bum, 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 bum.
Yeah, you're disqualified now. Have some fun. Thank you. Nice car, though.
Spun them both
I
ways.
think we just disqualified you again, sir. Mike Beatty up next. We have a pair of Roberts up next. Robert Hoffman up first in a 2019. Then Robert Golden.
Nah, it's just getting nice out.
Don't you spin those wheels. Ken will disqualify you. Robert Hoffman with the run. Going to go from 6 down to 3 here shortly. It's a solid panel of judges over here using 0 minutes of experience coming into this contest.
We're qualified like Lance.
Sounds like cow.
By the way, that last rev was in case you forgot. Robert Golden. So the judges are going to talk now as we go from 6 down to 3. We've got Lance Miller over here. Lance, you walked in. You've been walking around the grounds here, there, and everywhere. Your first chance to check out Rolling Exhaust. What are your thoughts on the cars you've heard?
They sound pretty darn good. I think. What do you guys think? Sound good? Do you think we should do this each year? We're just trying something new. All right, that sounds good to me. Hey, we want to thank everybody for being here. Obviously, you could be anywhere. And thank you for bringing the sunshine now. We should have did that earlier, but hey, at least you guys are enjoying it and having fun. We can't thank you guys enough. Please give a round of applause to all the red shirts walking throughout. They've worked their butts off the four weeks in a row. So thank you guys. This is a great team to be a part of, and I'm grateful to be a part of it. That sounds good. I like it.
Thanks a lot, Lance, and a big round of applause for Lance and all the efforts that he and Bill Miller and Jody Morrison and all of our team put forth here. He mentioned it. It's been a crazy summer for us. We've run through 4 shows in 5 weeks now over the last couple of weeks. Our maintenance guys, a couple of them hiding out over there on the hill, Brian and Joe. They're just part of a real rough and tumble crew of guys that help flip these grounds from week in to week out, cutting the grass, putting the fence line in, running the electric, etc. So we're going to announce in just a moment from 6 to 3, and I'll get with the judges.
Continuing our coverage of the Rolling Exhaust Contest at Corvettes at Carlisle 2020, presented by Top Flight Automotive. You heard it from Mike. You heard it from the cars. We're going to have 3 here in just a minute.
I know. Hey guys, this is where you decide your second turn.
So, are we ready? Are we ready to share who the final 3 are?
Sure.
1, Kelly Cox. And then our final 2, Roberts, Hoffman, and Golden. Those are your final 3. Those 3 cars are going to make a run, and then the judges are going to rank them. And then we'll recognize the winners at the stage. So, Kelly Cox, Robert Hoffman, Robert Golden. They're our final 3.
You heard it here. Mike's Mike, brought to you by his imagination. We're going to hear 3 more, then we're probably going to have a winner right after that. You know how these go. Sometimes we ask for a second opinion, maybe sometimes a third or a fourth. We'll see where we get. We'll be back with coverage of the Rolling Exhaust Contest at Corvettes at Carlisle 2020, presented by Top Flight Automotive in just a minute.
Kelly Cox in the 72. And then the Roberts, Hoffman and Golden. They're each going to get 1 more run, and then we're going to announce.
Do it in the past.
Usually we just announce it right here.
Yeah, it's here, man.
We're going to announce something. Hold on. Lance has said we're going to tell the people what they did while they're here, because you're here, and we want to tell you as well. So Kelly, Robert, and Robert, final 3. We'll try to rank them accordingly. We're ready to roll, Ken. And go. All right, that was Kelly. This is going to be Robert Hoffman in the 2019 Corvette.
Maybe getting a sneak peek of our judges' opinions here on Facebook and YouTube. Inside look provided by Carlisle Events. Glad you could join us on YouTube and Facebook. The cars will keep moving as soon as our first competitor gets back up the hill.
All right, Mr. Hoffman. Don't spin those wheels. Tough decision for these judges here. Tough call. Five judges, which means there's going to be a definitive answer one way or the other. They're either all going to agree or these three ladies are going to beat the two guys down to a point that they just say, yeah, whatever.
Down to our final competitor here.
Robert Golden up next. Robert Golden has made his run, and the judges are going to rank the three in order: third, second, first. Also, a reminder for our guests, we do a post-event survey, which has actually been available since, I think, Wednesday. But we do a post-event survey. If you go online, you can fill it out. Give us some feedback on your thoughts from the weekend. We do our part. More times than not, we get it right, but every now and then we're deficient somewhere. We love to hear your feedback on how we can make things better, suggestions, ideas, etc. So let us know what your thoughts are on that post-event survey. We appreciate it.
You're hearing the sounds of our final competitor here at the Rolling Exhaust Contest at Corvettes at Carlisle 2020, presented by Top Flight Automotive.
We'll bring our three cars up here and park them, and we'll take a photo.
You
All
heard
right,
it.
Kelly, roll on up here, I guess.
And this is the camera guy jumping off the back of a golf cart live on Facebook.
Come
Almost
this way,
kicking
Kelly.
it.
Turn. And I can move the golf cart. Ken, I'll let you kind of park them accordingly, or we'll move the cart. Hold on. Hold on there, guys. I'll move my golf cart.
We'll be back with some announcements here in just a minute.
And in just a moment, once we navigate this freshly cut, weeks-old grass, we will announce our finisher's order. Andrew, you're taking the picture. Does that work for you? All right. In third place, with a 2019 Corvette, Robert Hoffman. He is our third place finisher. In second place, with his 72 Vet, Kelly Cox. So your winner, Robert Golden, and the 2017 Corvette. Now, Robert, if you are not able to perform the duties of winner of the Rolling Exhaust Contest throughout the remainder of this year and next, Kelly will assume the crown. Congratulations to our three finalists and to all of our competitors, and thank you guys for hanging out here and enjoying the event. Big thanks to all of our judges, who apparently didn't have a choice but showed up and did it anyway, and did it quite well. A little bit of the old, little bit of the new. That's what Corvettes at Carlisle is all about, from year one in 53 through modern day 2020. It's really the only show we do here at Carlisle where you can see every era of production all together in one place.
Yeah, I will.
So many cool cars, but another thing you have to keep in mind is our great automotive flea market vendors. After all, selling parts is a great way for folks to make a living, and a lot of these vendors don't have a lot of other options this year, so they've come to Carlisle multiple times. They're eager to sell. You're looking to buy. Connect with the automotive flea market vendors before they roll out late today, early tomorrow. They're a big part of what we do, so thank you.
All right, that does it for our rolling exhaust contest at Corvettes at Carlisle 2020, presented by Top Flight Automotive. If you like what you saw, make sure to let us know in the comments section. Sorry, I'm not actively checking our comments section as we speak, but we do read our comments. So make sure to check in, let us know that you liked it. Let us know if you didn't like it. But we thought we had a lot of fun at this, and we hope you did too. So thanks for watching. More coverage coming your way later here at Corvettes at Carlisle 2020, presented by Top Flight Automotive.